Alright, so this is another training video. On this one, we're going to go over your flow zone. So your backpack sprayer, we're going to teach you how to triple rinse it and then what to check if it stops working. Alright guys, we're going to go over how to clean your flow zone, your backpack sprayer. We'll break it down on the key components and then the things that could go wrong. Alright, so the biggest thing that happens on your flow zone that gets clogged is the filter that's on the inside of this tank. It's pretty simple to get. You want to make sure it's empty. This is a brand new backpack, so I'm not wearing any gloves, but you'll want to make sure you're wearing your gloves because this is something that obviously is going to have products in. And you may not be able to see it in the video, but on the inside of this, there's a filter down there and it pops off really simple. You just twist it and pull out. All right, so this is the filter that's on the inside of your backpack. You want to make sure that this part is clean. Now, if it is dirty, if it's got product, a lot of times, like if you've left biping in your backpack, it will clog up. What you do is you just take this, you just pull it out, run water through it, rinse it all off, put it back together. Pretty simple. And then it goes right back into your backpack. The other thing is you want to make sure that this filter, when you put it into the backpack, it's facing this way. Sometimes when you put it in there, you'll forget to place it this way, so it'll be turned like this, and now you're losing about 2 gallons of water that you typically would be able to use. You just want to make sure it's tilted down to the bottom of your backpack. All right, so we showed you the filter. Now another part that can go wrong is this nozzle. To see if the nozzle is clogged, I like to just take it off, turn the backpack on, pull the handle, and if the water comes out, then you know it's going to be this part. It's usually easy to just rinse it out with some water. If that doesn't work, just swap it out, go get a new one. All right, so you've checked the filter, you've checked this, and it's still not spraying. The next thing to check is going to be this handle part. There's not a filter or anything on this, but it can get clogged up if for some reason you haven't cleaned your backpack out well enough. You just twist it off. It's pretty simple, and you just make sure it's clear right there. And then there's a little black gasket that you don't want to lose. But other than that, those are the things to check if your backpack isn't spraying. The last thing, if it's not turning on, so if your filters are clear, everything else is working, the last thing it's going to be your battery. And obviously the way you check that is you just put a different battery in. So you take this battery out, put a new battery in this backpack, and if it turns on, everything works, then obviously you know it's your battery. And then you just will turn that bad battery in and grab a new one. But a lot of times the lights here, so when you push that button, it shows that it's full. A lot of times if you push that, the lights won't come on, or they'll flash. And that's kind of how you tell if it's a bad battery. Yeah, I think that's everything. If you have any other questions, you talk to your manager, and he can walk you through anything else that thinks needs to be done. All right, so we're gonna go over how to triple rinse this. It's pretty simple. At the end of your day, when you've used all your product, which hopefully that's what you've done, you just need to rinse this out. So what you do is you pretty much just fill it up with water, okay? Fill it up with water, shake it up, dump it in the grass or somewhere that's appropriate. Your manager will train you on where it's appropriate to dump. So you do that once, you fill it up again, shake it out, dump it again. Now on the third time, the really important part is that you take your wand, okay? Take your wand, fill it up with water, turn your wand on, and then spray the inside and clean the sides off of your backpack. Not only that, what it does is it rinses out the inside of your wand and your tip, okay? Do that after you've rinsed it twice already, so you're not spraying product again through your wand. And even to just double check, you spray out here to clean the wand out first. So you just spray out here to clean the wand, and then once you clean the wand, now you rinse in your backpack. Now doing this is going to clean that filter on the inside, and then in the next part of this we'll show you where that filter is, but it's going to clean that out. This is weekly maintenance, and honestly, if it was my backpack, I would do it daily at the end of my route. because the better you take care of your filters and the gaskets on this, the longer it will last, and the easier it is to clean. One thing that I want to add in here is that when you finish your route, or you finish your day, you finish your stop, you're gonna turn the sprayer off, and then you always want to take the pressure out of the handle, because if you don't, it's gonna keep that pressure. And so say you're on your last stop, you triple rinse it, you do everything to maintain it, and then you don't release the pressure, it's actually gonna wear your pump down a lot faster. So just make sure once you always, like, you turn your backpack off, you always release that pressure. And the way you release the pressure is you just, turn the backpack sprayer off, pull the handle, wait until it stops, no product stops coming out the end. On your B&G, on the next part of this, we'll show you what the gaskets are, kind of how to troubleshoot and the filters to clean. But when you finish your day or you finish your week, you want to make sure that you empty your B&G out. So at your last stop, what you're going to do is you're going to go ask the customer if they want the inside done. Make sure that you do the inside, and then you're going to empty your B&G into your yard sprayer. And I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to take the lid off, dump it into here, then you're going to triple rinse it, okay? And every time you rinse it, you're going to take the excess water and you're going to dump it into your backpack sprayer, so that we can at least just use it as much as we can. And again, this one's already cleaned, so that's why I'm not wearing gloves. But you take a lid off, dump it into your flow zone. Do that 3 times, and then at the end of it, fill it on that 3rd rinse. That's when you put pressure in it, spray the handle, get the handle rinsed out. It'll clean this filter out as well. And then dump the excess water into your flow zone, and now your B&G's triple rinsed and it's ready for the following week. So we're going to go over the maintenance on your inside can, your B&G sprayer. There are a handful of different gaskets and little components that can either get clogged up, just worn out over time, that you want to make sure and check. And also, if your sprayer stops working, these are kind of the things to watch for or look at when you're trying to diagnose it. But your first main gasket is going to be on the lid. It's this big one. If your gasket's not there, so it slides down, but if you don't have the gasket, it will not hold pressure. And a lot of times when guys are changing product, take the lid off, they set it down, the gasket falls off, so it slides off, and then they put their lid back on without the gasket on, and all of a sudden they think it's broken. No, it's usually just this gasket. That's another little one down here on the bottom. And this is usually maybe once every year, 2 years, that it needs to be changed out, but that's something to watch for. It just pulls out. Pretty simple, just pulls out and then it pushes back in. You kind of got to work it in a little bit, but it'll just push back in. There we go. So it just pushes back in. The other part, or the last gasket, is going to be on your wand. It's going to be right on the tip here. So all you do is twist the tip off, and it's a little one. It's right on where the nozzle is. If you have product coming out the side of your nozzle, most likely your gasket's gone. Okay, it's real simple to fix it. You just get another gasket. All right, so we've covered the gaskets. You got the one on the bottom of the can, the one on the lid, and this one. Something else that needs to be cleaned regularly is going to be the tip here. Some guys have a brush, other guys just do it with water. But if the nozzle or your tip is clogged at all, it won't spray. And that's usually if your can isn't spraying. So if it's holding pressure and it's not spraying, 9 out of 10 times, all it is your tip's clogged. Your manager will go over specifically how to clean this. All right, so we've gone through the gaskets, we've gone through the nozzle. The next thing you'll want to make sure it's clean, and you check it at least once a month, sometimes a little more, just to make sure it's clear. There's a filter on the inside of the handle here, and A lot of times if you're using if you're trained on specialties, so for bed bugs, germ roaches, you're going to use some products that are thicker than what we would typically spray on the inside, and it can clog this filter up. Also, if you put dirty water in here or you leave this full of product, it will get clogged up, and so it's just something you want to be aware of. But it's pretty simple. You just get your tools, get your crescent wrench, and you twist it off. I can see. But you just twist it off, and then here's your filter. It's a little metal filter. The other thing too is you want to make sure it goes in right, the same way that it was when you took it off. But this little filter will get clogged, and if you're having a hard, if you've checked everything else and it's still not spraying, it's most likely this filter. And then you just put it back in, twist it back on, and tighten it down with your wrenches, and check see if it's working. Usually, if you've already gone through all the other checks and it's nothing else, then it should be spraying after that. The last thing pretty much to go over on your B&G is going to be this handle. A lot of times there's a little screw that holds the handle in. If you've lost that screw, we can replace it, but you can lose that. I don't recommend taking this part off. There's a line that comes through this that you can mess up, and if you get to the point where that part's broken, if nothing else fixes it, it's probably this part, and your manager will have to do it because you got to take this all apart. But that's pretty much how to kind of check your B&G, clean it out, or diagnose what the issue is.